everybody, my name is Nick, welcome to Angelo Nick Video Tutorials. Today we will discuss a little bit about tricks and tips, or tips and tricks, about what you can do as a software developer. This is tips and tricks for software developers.
Angelo Nick.
What we can discuss today, we will discuss a little bit about what a developer need to do, what a developer need to search, what a developer need to have, and what a developer, .NET developer in our case, need to find to be a good developer. It's very easy. In this case, I will start to have my exposure in front of people who are software developers, but they are entry levels, or even if they are middle levels and they want to rise, they want to be higher on the higher level. I will start with entry levels. What an entry level need to have and what an entry level need to find. First, every kind of developer need to find a job as a software developer. What they need to have? They need to have some skills, some technical skills, but also some software skills. Some technical skills means that kind of skills dedicated for a software developer, like you need to know C# or VB.NET or F# or so on. You need to know .NET, you need to know algorithms, and so on and so on. Today I will try a little bit to explain what bad things appear on the market and what you need to avoid. As a software developer, you need to avoid companies who don't ask you to be a software developer. They ask you to know C# or VB.NET or C# or F# or whatever. And that's it. To be a software developer is more than this. It's necessary to know algorithms, it's necessary to know structure part, it's necessary to know a little bit of software architecture, software engineering, SDLC, a little bit of software development life cycle, what you need to do, and so on and so on. That's a software developer. In general, I saw now a lot of companies who try to have, in my opinion, coders. They're not software developers, they're coders. Difference between a software developer and a coder. A software developer is the guy who have a complexity of thinking, a guy who have a complexity of creation. Because, yes, software development is a creational part. So that's a software developer who need to know algorithms, who talk with you with algorithms, who need to optimize an algorithm. We need to implement software even if it's in C# or VB.NET or C++ or Java. Why? Because they think in algorithms. So that's a software developer. A coder is a guy who really knows some keywords in C#, for example, or in VB.NET or whatever, and put it there and write the lines of code, but he don't have that complexity of thinking, don't have that complexity of optimize an algorithm, to create in his head an algorithm, and after that to try to optimize the algorithm before to write the code to implement. It's a guy who jumped directly on the keyboard writing a code. That's a coder, it's not a software developer. A guy who jumped directly on the keyboard trying to write directly the code, that's not a software developer, that's a coder. A guy who really codes something, put there, and that's it, like a digital secretary. But a secretary is not necessary to be a software developer. That's why not, because it's bad to be a secretary. It's bad to be a secretary but to be in position of software developer. Like the same, it's bad to be a software developer in position of secretary. You can't. So the same. It's exactly like you put a driver to drive a plane. Okay, he drive a car, but it's not necessary to know to drive a plane. So the same in this case, okay? A software developer is that kind of guy who think like in chess, you need to know the next movement, the next move, the next step. That's a software developer. A coder is a guy who just put their things keywords, writing code, and after that got help not to have a crash, not to have a bug. That's a coder. A software developer, it's a guy who creates technical documentation for what he do there. A coder put a code and I know what I did there. That's a coder, that's not a software developer. A software developer is the kind of guy who really tries to help others if you know something, but also he or she is very open mind. I mean, is very open to learn. That's a software developer. A coder is very open to know more about C# or something like that, or what is the programming language, and that's it. Basically, a coder it's focused on the software or on the programming language, and the software developer it's focused on the software as entity, as solution, as project. That's the differences, okay? Also, a software developer need to know more than just to write code. Need to know more than just to talk into a meeting. A coder, you will see a coder, you will detect a coder in the moment when the coder start to talk with you into a meeting in C#. And when you start to talk with the coder in algorithms, done, game over. And in that moment you realize you have in your front of your face a coder, not a software developer. So for entry levels, please don't be a coder, be a software developer, be a man or a woman who really think what they do, be a man or a woman who really know what they do, be a man or a woman who are open to learn. Don't be afraid to learn. It's not a problem to learn, it's a problem not to know. Please don't be a coder. Don't be the kind of guy who, I know, yes, Nick, I know. I had a lot of people in front of my face in 20 years. There was a lot of coders, not software developers, because they talked with me in VB.NET, C#, C++, Pascal, you name it, in different programming languages. But when I said to them, let's talk algorithms, what kind of algorithm I can implement here, how can I optimize this part of thinking, what is start, what is stop, why I need to optimize a little bit the resources, there was, I don't know, I will write the code, it's C#. That's a coder, okay? A coder is that kind of guy who don't want to teach you because they can't teach you, they don't know, they are mechanic, like they think mechanically, like an engine, they know that, they do that's it. If you ask them why, they don't have a clue. They do that, it's working fine by me. That's not a software developer, that's a coder. Also, please guys, don't stop thinking, don't stop to learn. That's very important in IT because technology is very dynamic, because programming languages are others and others in time. Because 10 years in software development, it's equivalent of 1,000 years in history. Because you need to live and have money. And if you start with something and in time you block yourself, you say, oh, I'm good in this, I'm perfect in this, I know C# perfect, so I'm good. You are professionally dead. Why? Because you can't be good forever. Why? Because a company needs more and more other technology to improve and so on and so on. And you can't do that. When I start this life of software development, I started with Pascal and C++. Do you realize now I'm doing in Azure, cloud, microservices and something else? So if I was just a coder, I put something in C++, didn't know exactly what it is, but it's good because I have the requirements. And that's it. That's for software developers. Also, I have some words for technical managers. Oh God, guys, every day I can see technical managers or IT technical managers, because they said, I don't need to know IT. I saw people in head of IT who don't have IT, was a master degree in something else, in history, and nothing about IT. And when I said, you really don't know IT? Oh no, I learned from experience. I said, lucky you. Lucky because you're not a surgeon, a guy who make a surgical operation, because probably you'll learn from experience killing 20, 30, 50, 100 people. Also here you can kill people, because if you do a banking software and you don't have a clue what you do as a manager, you can kill people because you can kill their accounts. And believe me, a lot of people without money, what they will do, you can kill a company, because if you're a bad manager, technical manager, the company will lose. And if a company really don't realize, because have a bad management, they will die as a company. It's easy. The market is open, a lot of IT companies exist, so probably at the end that kind of company will die. You need to know, as a manager, you need to know IT, at least basics. Why? Because you will work with technicians, you will work with engineers. Believe me, that kind of engineers will start to play you on their fingers. I mean, they start to play with you like a puppy. And then you said, oh, it's so good, so beautiful. Yes, you will have a lot of people who will say, yes, sir, yes, boss, yes, yes, and that's it. That's not good for the project. Also, I saw a lot of software architects who try to put technology, the latest technology, in different type of application solutions than is necessary, or implement a lot of technology for simple solutions just because it's good for the client. It's good for the customer. Oh, the customer heard about cloud, so let's put cloud. What we have, I don't know, a calculator who do 1 + 1 = 2. Yes, but we put cloud microservices and huh? Why? So that part, was a word, a quote named "Keep it simple" says something to you. Okay, so that's why I said, and I try to do this video tutorial. Basically, it's a guide, it's a guidance. It's not quite a video tutorial, it's a guidance for people who really want to leave software development, or really want to stay and have a life in software development. Exist two types of software developers, and everybody knows that. Software developers who love to write code, and software developers who love money. Software developers who write code like a poetry, is their poetry, it's their creation. That's a software developer. And people who, believe me, I want to be software developer because I heard it's a very good salary. That's not a software developer. That's something else, but not a software developer. For software architects, guys, I see here in UK a lot of companies jumping in cloud because it's the latest thing. Oh, company can sell the thing. But honestly, I discussed with probably 100 or 200 or 300 software architects. 50% of them, they really don't have a clue what's going on with cloud. Sorry to say that. Not only from Great Britain, also from Romania and other countries, I saw that they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue why it's necessary to put that. They put it because it's nice, it's the latest one, it's good, it's something. I saw software architects who said to me to implement, to have something in technology MVC. Guys, again, MVC is model view controller. It's a design pattern, structural design pattern, so it's not a technology. ASP.NET MVC, ASP.NET is a technology, for example. I said to someone a couple of days ago if he can see the difference between, or similar things between MVC and MVVM. What? MVC model view controller, MVVM model view model. Oh, sir, it's totally different things, different technologies, probably different programming language. Wrong. It's a design pattern in both cases, and it's a structural design pattern. It's in the both cases. The difference is very good to implement MVC in ASP.NET, for example, because have model, because have controller, and it goes in view. We does back to view and can have separate front end to backend. The same in MVVM, but because it's dedicated in general for desktop applications. It's very good in WPF, for example, to go. Why? Because in WPF, Windows Presentation Foundation, you have XAML as a front script. Like ASP.NET have front for interface in HTML. And in back is C# or VB.NET or F#. In this case, it's good to split, but both split front end to back end. Again, based on this fact, I saw another big error of managers, IT technical managers. This error is this. I want someone who doing MVC to know MVC very well. Our software, our project is in MVC, so splitting front to back end. But I want a full stack. Huh? I understand in the past was something in the same head. Or wasn't in the same head, was two people who did something like analyst, who analyzed everything, and coder, who implement. And after that was in just one head, in software development part, in software developer's head. So not to have errors, but in this case, MVC is dedicated to split front end, so to have front end developers and back-end developers. Why? To work in the same time. Now, a lot of people, I saw a lot of jobs, for example, also on Romanian market, also on UK market and other markets, front and back end in the same, full stack. Why? Because what the manager knows the best is to optimize the budget. They are not interested about technology too much. They're interested to optimize the budget. Oh, if I can have one to do everything, perfect for me. It's good. It's good for the budget, good for the costs. But what you will do with the quality in action, with the quality in processing, quality in project, not necessary. Anyway, in time, in the last 10 years, everything is now factory part. I mean, it's not a quality focused, it's factory focused. Meaning, it's not based on quality. I mean, do a project, a solution in 3 years and sell it nice. No, do 10 projects in 1 year and sell it somewhere. That's the fact. Okay, so in this case, I can say this. It's good to have a full stack if you are a small company. But if you're a big company, why to have a full stack to full stack to full stack when you can have front end and back end? That's why it's MVC. Anyway, or don't use MVC. Correct? I saw also people who want more than this. Managers, IT project managers, PMO, like they say, project managers, owners, and so on. I saw a lot of managers, IT technical managers, who want more than this. Basically, I said, in my opinion, it's in one inclusive. I mean, it's not a software developer, it's one inclusive. Why? Because they want something like this. To know C#, to know React, so full stack, to know databases, SQL, no SQL, and so on and so on. Also, if you can have something like BI is perfect, some reports or some universes to know in SAP, or even if it's in this part, so to know that big data or something is brilliant. To have something CI/CD, but they don't stop to the CI/CD for developers, like to know to work with Docker. When you test, you need to run Docker. Okay, no, they don't stop there. Oh, you need to know Kubernetes, you need to know Terraform, you need to do. Whoa, guys, stop. That's not the software development anymore. That's operations. That's DevOps engineer. And then it's another guy. But no, optimize the budget to the maximum, let the quality away, but we have an optimized budget. So please guys, understand when to stop to ask for a software developer something and not to go also in full CI/CD. A software developer needs to know to work, for example, in Azure DevOps, Azure Platform Basic, because to know to work Azure Functions directly from Visual Studio, it's not necessary to put a software developer to go in platform. Oh, you know, Nick, if you're a software developer, it's good. I need to do some Azure Functions, but for me, I want to start from zero. So deal for me, please. Do a virtual machine, put everything on virtual machine, and deal with that. You can't. That's CI/CD. Or if you're a software developer, why not to use Terraform to do entire cloud infrastructure for me? Because you are senior. No, please understand. Software developers, something. DevOps, something else. Also, I saw it's now for software developers to understand when you deal with HR, IT recruiters. Please understand something. When you deal with IT recruiter, you need to understand what is between lines. All IT recruiters have probably put it on the paper and start to, wow, the number one in the field company, you know, the great company in the town, and you let them, and after that have some questions for them. How many people have that company? What is the level? Entry, middle, senior? Try to create image based on your questions, because what they sell to you, it's marketing. Why? Because in general, an IT recruiter have money because they send you to an interview. And in this case, for them it's nice, for you, doesn't matter if you have a job or not, right? That's with the recruitment part. Also, I saw a lot of IT recruiters who don't have a clue about IT. I had a lady who said she wants someone in C#, ASP.NET, blah 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 blah. They have a list, you know. Put in that list. You have a big list with everything, and probably they will find someone with something from what is in that list. And I said to her, you know, she asked me, what technology you use? I said, Microsoft Technologies. I said, oh, sorry, Nick, I don't want someone with Microsoft Technologies. I want someone with C#, ASP.NET. I said, lady, stop. C# is Microsoft. If you like it, if you don't like it, has been created by someone like that. .NET, you know. Two guys for C# who create that part. .NET the same. So, okay, it's an open source, so on and so on. But that's why the name is .NET developer. A guy who goes on Microsoft Technologies. Like someone is a Java developer, goes with Java. Another programming language, so on and so on, PHP and so on, okay? So I saw a lot of IT recruiters who don't have a clue. They have in general a couple of words for you. In general, when they call you, they have some words. How much you want? That's one of the first questions. How much you want? They don't have nothing for you in general, because they don't say, oh, I have that kind of software, middle level for you with that kind of requirements, so how much you want for that? No. They ask me in general, how much you want? My answer for them is as much as possible. How much I can have for something I don't know? It's exactly like you want. How much you want to spend with a car, but you don't know what kind of car you want. What kind of, you know, if it's second-hand car, so a good one, new one, or whatever. What is the level of the car, entry-level car, type of car? The same with software developers. They don't ask nothing. They ask first how much. Why? Because they have a budget. They have a number on their paper, and first thing is how much, to see if you are included. If you say the number, who's there? So basically you are in their budget. They have also red questions for you. Red questions for you is when they repeat. Why? To try to find if you really are the right guy and you really know what you say, or you just prepare something for them, because in time they realized a lot of software developers lie in their CV. Unfortunately, a lot of them, I saw, they lie. They are great number one in the time. The same like companies are. All companies, if you check, are number one in the town. Number one in the field. All companies. The same with software developers, all are number one. But you need to realize if that software developer really is number one in the town or not. So they have some red lines like that text to try to detect if you are the real one or you just want someone. And that's good. What is bad, they don't know what is there. A lot of them don't have the minimum training in IT. Basically, I saw, for me, kids, because I have 45, so honestly I'm old enough. Kids, guys, young people of 20, 25 years old who have 2-3 months in IT and trying to catch a senior software developer, for example. And after that they are a little bit confused why that kind of software developer said to them, please guy, go learn more, and after that continue with senior software developers to recruit that. Till then, stay, in my opinion, for them, if you are entry level in IT recruitment, stay with entry level, middle level software developers. After you have some experience in recruitment, try seniors. A lot of them, they jump for seniors because it's a lot of money. But because it's a lot of money, it's not necessary to take it because you don't have experience. And that kind of guy who is in front of you, believe me, have a lot of experience in IT and you are very entry. So don't do that. Okay? For people who manage a company, owners of a company, try to think before act. Try to have more than just business management. Why? Okay, you as an owner, probably you are interested only for making profit. It's correct, you know, because that's why you have a company, and you try to do business. Yes, but if you know a little bit of IT, because that's why you did an IT company, not a flower shop, it's good to have a little bit of IT in your mind to see what's going on in your own company. And here it's the bad thing again. Why? A lot of owners in small companies in general, they're God. They think they're God. I'm God, I know everything, it's my own company, so it's me. That's not good. Also try to see what's going on there, but also try to find information from others. Don't be God in your own company, because people will don't like you. Another thing into a company, to try to find the environment of the company, technology. For now it's for software developers, you know. Try to find the technology, what kind of technology they use, if it's an obsolete one or if it's a very old one, or they are open to go to new technologies, because in that moment you realize you have the chance to learn. If they stop and have VB6, not because VB6 is not good, I worked a lot in VB6, it's good also now. For example, COBOL is also good now, so on and so on, you know. But exist companies who do that, and try to improve you as a software developer. Can be a company with the latest technology and don't care about you. What I saw lately, I saw a lot of companies who don't care about people, you as a soul, you as a human. They see you as a, I don't know, point of profit, and that's it. That's bad. Why? Because that point of profit named software developer do your money, do your profit. If that point of profit named software developer will not work for you anymore because the market is open and they can go and so on, you will lose money. Because that point of profit named software developer have a soul, have a family, have a life. Try to balance professional life with family. I saw, unfortunately, a lot of software developers, DevOps, testers, and so on, in general young people, who really let the family away. Why? Because they are focused on professional part, to be the best. Believe me, a company will not die without you. If you die tomorrow, a company will cry, an owner probably will cry 3 minutes, till his eyes will see another one. And in that moment, start to forget you. A company will not do a statue for your statue in front of the company. I didn't see till now companies who start to create statues of software developers in front of their buildings. I didn't see that. So that means you need to have also a life. I'm not against the companies. I have my own business. I understand. But also owners, the managers and so on need to understand people need to live. If you have a happy one with a happy life, you have a happy software developer. In that moment you have a happy one who is 100% focused in creation. If it's one who is not good in life, I mean is very stressed because of you, because need to work a lot, because you don't help him as a human, just push him to do that, to do code, that's not good. Because, you know, even if we appear to be special, to say like that, different than others, because software developers are different than others, they think different, they think in algorithms, to say like that, they remain humans. So that's why you need to be creative also in soft skills with your employees, not just in technical skills. Okay, you send also a software developer for certifications to improve professionally, but also try to have things like team meetings, go with them in camps, so on and so on, to make them to feel the life, to be alive for them, not to be a stress for them to be a software developer in your company. And you will keep them, because a lot of project managers or managers ask me, Nick, what to do because my software developers leave. And I said, what is the environment, how is the feeling in your company? That we are focused to do, we are focused, we are, you know, stressed, the customer come. And I said, okay, in this case you kill your software developers and they don't want to die. It's easy, you know, like the body said to you at the end, guy, done, it's enough, it's too much. So the same, a software developer will say to you as an owner, guy, done, it's enough, it's too much. So the same, you need to balance. And this is for CEOs, CTOs in general, you know, my message is for them here, because they need to have roadmaps, they need to have create opportunities. You know, I saw a lot of companies who don't create that opportunities to let them to rise. Software developer need to rise, to go to be higher and higher, you know, go from entry to middle, help him, put him in training, middle to senior, start to have a leadership for him, check a little bit, team leader, to see if he's working, if what he like that. After that, if you like, go with him to software architecture if you don't like to go in technical management, and so on, you know. No, you put them there like robots, plug in, power on, done. That's not a company. Okay, so all these messages is not only for software developers, you saw, it's for a lot of other people who really need to understand that. But in general, I'm focused on software developers because they need to understand they need to be very good in what they do. What I learned in 20 years of experience in IT, 18 years experience in software development, I understand this. Try to earn your money. Try to be good with you, fight with you first, not fight with others. Fight with you to be better tomorrow than you was today. And believe me, money will come. Try to be you and only you. Don't try to be that guy who go, if I kiss my boss, probably I will leave. Yeah, probably you will leave 1 year, half a year, 10 days, 3 years, 10 years, don't know. But that's not software development. Probably you will be the kind of guy who said, I tried everything and I don't want that. Don't be like that. You didn't try everything. Believe me, every time is something new. Especially in IT, everything is new every 3 years probably, or every 6 months, depends on what technology you are and how fast you grow. So, believe me, try to be you and try to learn, try to be on the next higher step. That's for software developers. Also, be careful when you try to find a company, because not all companies are what they look. A lot of companies are only marketing and that's it. Nothing else, just pure marketing. And if you like you have an onion and take the layers from the onion, you will see in the middle is nothing. So the same with some companies, IT companies, unfortunately, they are marketing and nothing. I don't think you want to be in that kind of company, right? A company who really try to be focused on you, to make you to be better tomorrow, that company will be better tomorrow. Why? Because you and other colleagues like you will go with the company higher. The company is not just a simple entity on the paper. It's not just a name on the paper and that's it. No, the company is a living entity, because have living creatures inside you. And because of you, that company lives or dies. Because of you and others, that company can be the best one, the great one, or just a big one. All the time I ask managers, IT managers, if they want to be into a big company or into a great company. And some of them don't understand my question. And I said it's easy. Can be a big company, but it's not necessary to be a great one. Or can be a small company and can be greater than that big company, if they are focused on creation, on quality, and on their developers. That's the difference. I saw companies of 4 developers who did software, for example, for parking, smart parking, smart cities, smart light. Other company of 4 was they did a software. I put also in the past when I had presentations, people saw that. I saw a company of 4 developers, for example, from Cluj, Romania, who did a software who was very good, very, very good in hotels and restaurants. And was 4 developers, just 4. Why? Because they knew it how to make them to be friends, not just colleagues. I asked people in general how they like managers, if they like top down or bottom up, type of management. Top down, you are the boss and go down and say to them and so on. Bottom up is to let everybody to create something from the scratch. In general, a job. Okay, a lot of people didn't know what to choose. Said, okay, great. Others says, top down, Nick, I'm the boss. And I said, perfect, you're the boss. And you really want to have employees? And he said, yes. I said, why? He said, because I'm the boss. I said, no, because you suffer to be the boss. Not necessary to be the boss. You need to be a leader. A boss can be, everybody can be a boss. But not everybody can be a leader. A leader is that kind of guy. I saw a picture, very beautiful picture in the past, with some wolves in the winter. And the first one was the leader, going, pushing the snow with his chest, push the snow. Why? To make a path for the rest of the pack. That's the leader. A boss is the last one in general, staying and saying, go, 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 I will come with you, go, go. That's a boss. A leader is that kind of guy or woman the kind of man or woman who really love his employees, his colleagues. You need to love your employees. Love, not necessarily love as a friend, you know. Love them as humans first, and after that love them as a professional engineers or what they are, and after them love them so much because they are there and you have the opportunity to be with them, not them have the opportunity to be with you. That's a leader. A boss is someone who, I will tell you now what to do and you do that. I saw also some other type of managers. And be aware, if you are a software developer, be aware not to have nothing to deal with that kind of managers, what I will say now. That kind of managers who don't have a clue what's going on, they don't know nothing about IT, but they take you to do basically everything for them, you know. You will do it, and it's like this. If he's good, what a good manager is the guy. If he's bad, oh, fire this software developer, it's his fault. Please, don't deal with that kind of managers. That's not a manager, that's a simple boss who try to do something, actually try to live. In general, a manager lives around you, not you as a software developer lives around the manager. Why? Because you do the money for the company. Managers just deal with what's going on. The manager don't do the money for the company. Everybody says, oh, I'm a manager, so I'm doing the money for the company. No, believe me, exists flat management, meaning no management. Companies who really don't want management. Basically a company who really don't want to have a boss or more. They want to have colleagues, and all together goes for the company. That's a flat management. And more companies start to have a flat management because they love not to have a boss. They love to have people who lead them, try time to time, but also that is dynamically. In this module, I can be your leader because I know the part of backend. In other module, I don't know, my colleague, I don't know, Juliet, you know, let's say like that, can be the boss, the leader, because she knows front end. And so on and so on. So exists also dynamic management. Exists a lot of things, but you need to be very careful first what to choose. What you do inside of a company. Don't try to make, I don't know, try to make friends, but try not to have enemies. It's a word in Art of War. Try to have friends, not try to have enemies, means try not to make enemies, means try to be okay with everybody. I mean, try to be team player. Try to be open, try to help, and don't be afraid to ask. I saw software developers who are so afraid to ask, and they was on one task a week. Wow, a week for a task, small task of something, not a challenge, a task. And I said, guy, what's going on here? And he said, you know, I don't know that. And why you don't say nothing in meetings? I'm afraid not to fire me. I said, if you continue like that, be sure you'll be fired. Why? Because you will keep the company to make money. And you don't say what's going on. If you say, I don't know that, you're human. They don't want, I know in general managers want to have a god there, god of IT there, you know. Put it there and everything. I know, it's not possible, you're human. Everybody's human. I think I'm the same like you. So in this case, you need to learn. Nobody can know everything. If someone said, I know everything in IT, that kind of guy is this. First, an idiot. Second, a crazy guy. Third, both. So you can't know everything in IT. But what is very good is to learn more in IT. If you are the kind of software developer, and I saw software developers who after 3 years they don't want to learn more, they know what they need. I heard that. I know what is necessary, so it's enough. Say, perfect, I give you another 3 years in IT. And he said, why? Believe me, a lot of them after 2 years was dead, professionally dead. Why? Because they didn't realize IT is not just a thing. It's not just a room where some people are together and that's it. No. IT, it's a life together with others. It's a life to live with others. It's a life to go to conferences. Even if you are just a spectator or you are a speaker, go to a conference. Start as a spectator and in time you will be a speaker. Why? Because you rise, you go, you are higher and higher, and you can go as a speaker. So till one limit you need to learn. After one limit you continue to learn, but also to teach, because others have time for you to teach you. If others didn't have time for you, what you did, huh? So that's why I said try to learn, and after one limit, when you start to be senior, also continue to learn and also start to teach others, because you need to start to offer to others like others before you offering their time and their knowledge to you, sharing knowledge. So you need all this part. Also you need to have time for you. Also you need to know how to manage your brain. Burnout. A lot of them had burnout, so stressed, then the brain says, you know, guy, have a nice day, see you, bye. And that's it. And it's very hard to recover a guy who had a burnout or a burn down. Some people say burnout, some people say burn down. A guy who is so tired then can't do absolutely nothing, is not productive anymore. Not because he don't want, he try, but why? Because he can't. His brain says it's enough. Why? Because that kind of software developer didn't know when to say stop, now it's a break. Why? I want to have a break for 10 minutes. Every hour, every 50 minutes actually, I think by the law in general, in companies and countries, you need to have 10 minutes of break. Go relax your eyes, go see outside the birds on the sky. Don't stay focused only on 1 or 2 or 3 monitors. Go outside, clear your mind, drink some cold water, not very cold, after that to be you cold, to take cold, but try to relax your body. Some of software developers do yoga. Yes, nothing. Oh wow, look at him. It's in break and stay like that. He stay like he's really happy with his body to be relaxed very quick. Some companies, big companies in general, let you. I saw software developers in big companies staying with the laptop down on the ground, on the floor, with the laptop on back and doing. Okay, if it's someone from health and safety, probably you say, you know, it's not healthy enough with the back, the eyes. Okay, it's not good to stay a long time. But if you really need to go for 10 minutes like that, do it. Why? Because your body relax. It's a active relaxation. Basically, you continue to be active, but also it's a relaxation for you. Try when you finish a job, a task, when you finish the day of work, working day, not to think about that. A lot of software developers, DevOps, I have friends who really was on the computer 10, 12, 14 hours a day, till I said, warning, whoa, it's enough. I said to them, guys, it's enough. Why? Because they try more, and even if it's that, and it goes home and try to see what I said. Believe me, after 8 hours of work, 10 top, your brain is 20% active. After 12 hours, your brain is between dead and sleep. So basically you will touch the keyboard just to touch it, and your brain start to have that function, mechanical functions, standard things, and that's it. So you can't be creative. And because you're a software developer, you need to be creative. So don't spend time for nothing. Your time is money. Because your time is money, and because, by the way, you do a lot of money as a software developer, don't spend time for nothing. Better to go in park. Me and my wife, in general, after we finish, we go in park. We go walking with the dog. You can see on my Facebook, you can see on my YouTube. You see me in the park. Why? Because I want to relax my eyes, I want to relax my brain. I discuss with her about something else. I cook. I like to cook, to make soup, Romanian soup, and sarmale, and so on and so on. Polenta means mamaliga, you know. I love to cook. Why? Because it relaxes me. I'm relaxed when I do that. And it's very easy to change everything, you know. Because if you stay stressed on stuff, IT stuff, you remain stressed, and in time, your brain, you know, day by day, you're older and older. You're not younger and younger. So after 10 years of IT, every day staying like that, some LEDs in your brain probably will say bye-bye, turn off, and you will start to have some difficulties. And that's not good. Manage your brain. That's a fact. Try to find a way and try to ask people who know, people who really know psychotherapy. It's not a shrink, it's not you're crazy, but because to be a software developer is very stressful part. It's a job, a very stressful job. You need to ask people how, if you don't know or if you don't find a way by yourself, you know, to do that, ask people how I can do it. Look, ask your friend who knows some friend how to do it to relax, because you can feel in you all the time you're not relaxed. You have something in you. If you have something on your chest, if you have something on you like a rock, it's a start of burn down. Why? Because your body say, guy, it's a little bit too much for me. And that's a warning. After that will be more than a warning, a critical part. So try also to manage your time, try also to manage your brain, because your brain is your tool. Without brain, you're nothing. You don't go to drive a bus, you don't go to drive a plane, you don't go, I don't know, on the submarine, you do software. Without your brain, even if you are good with good hands, good legs, everything, you're a vegetable. And basically you're not good for no one. And a company, when start to see you're not good, they will reject you. Like pigeons, you know, if pigeons see a pigeon is sick, they reject the pigeon. It's the jungle, you know. So the same in this case. In general, a company, if a company see you, you start not to be good in profit for them, and you're not recovering, probably they will start to help you. They will try to help you. Yes, okay, I didn't say it's a bad company. Probably they will start and try to help you. But if they can't help you anymore, they will not keep you. Because they will not keep you and put you in there in the glass and say, in the window, say, look, can you see him? He's in our history. They don't care. I just told you, I didn't see a statue of a software developer in front of a software company. So, deal with your brain. That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope all this time spent together was helpful for you. If you have questions, if you really need to learn more or really need to discuss with me, do it on my YouTube channel or go on my platforms, on my website, and chat. You have everything there. On YouTube channel you have chat, have everything. Go there, put a comment, put a like if you like this video tutorial. Let's say this guidance part. We will discuss more after then in private to discuss more things if you want to know. Till next time, see you. Bye.
Angelonic.